Greetings, folks. All right, wow, that's bright. Welcome to another edition of Faulkner Fixes All. Today we're going to address the elephant in the room. We're trying to get this 64 varsity ready for a live feed. It's been through several live feeds, and now I'm going to do some of the grunt work, and we're going to repack the cranks. That is the elephant in the room. The cranks have to be dealt with. They're dry and crunchy, and we're going to soak all the parts and we're going to pack them up. And I might put you on time lapse when I'm actually cleaning the parts, because that's pretty dang boring. But yeah, everything's good, and we're just kind of prepping for a live feed. It's, you know, there's a lot of work in the live feeds, and if you can get some of it done beforehand, you know, like, oh yeah, I've already packed these cranks, and I've already got this back wheel ready for you. You know, things go smoother. So let's get on it. All right, enough jibber jawing. We got stuff to do. And thank you for all my support and people chiming in and during the live feeds. It's been pretty fun. But tonight is not a live feed, so let's get into it. We're taking these cranks off, and I think the first thing to do, we know this chain is like whatever. So let's take this whatever chain off. All right, we got our Park Tool. Park Tool CT-3 USA. I'm sure this is the wrong one, but it seems to work good on a lot of things. All right, and they did not sponsor me. So yeah, whatever. We're going to take our whatever Park Tool, and we're going to take this whatever chain off. It's pretty, you know, it's a pretty gnarly used original chain, and I'm sure this is the original chain from 64, so we're having our issues about this. It does still work. We'll put it to the side and say maybe kind of thing. Oops, I knocked the pin all the way out. That was a bonehead move. Oh man, I knocked the pin all the way out. Oh, rookie. Anyway, try to leave the pin in. Pin in for the win. Pin in for the win. Okay. I did not leave the pin in. That was a rookie move, so that's going to be difficult to reuse that chain. Although we can put the pin back in, but you know, something tells me that this rusty old chain, we may not reuse this. I'm not sure. The jury is still out, especially since I knocked the pin all the way out. Let's just put it back over here. All right, put it right there, and we'll put the pin near it, like I'm going to actually put that pin back in. Right. Okay, so now we can see what these sound like in their full glory. Down. That's not good. They're tight and noisy. And oh, I can hear some squeaks. Yeah, you get in here close. Maybe you guys can hear this, maybe not. Yeah, this is what you don't want to hear on a 1964 Schwinn. Hear that like last little creak? There it is. I wish I had a mic for you guys. Anyway, that's not what you want. Take it from me. Now these are Nervar. These are like 65, 64, 63 kind of thing. Now, I've never quite seen this before. I don't know if someone cut that. That's a weird one. Man, I haven't seen that before. Let's get the light and get that in there. I'm going to get my heavy-duty light. And you guys tell me if you've seen this before. I just noticed it. That's a new one on me. And I've seen a lot. Let's get you in here. You still there? Okay. There's a little notch there. There's little notches. Wow, I have never seen that before. Oh, are these Sprint made in France? I believe these are Nervar. Let's get the steel wool and clean that. But I've never seen those notches before. You see the notches right here so that you can slide that gear on? I'm pretty sure my 64 copper tone varsity does not have that. Wow, I have never seen that before. Notches. Now how do you get to that one? That's interesting. All right, well, these are coming out regardless of the special notches or not. Let's grab the big honkin' adjustable wrench, and we'll go over here. Hey, I want to thank everyone for tuning in on the live feeds. That was, I've done a couple on this bike so far, and that was kind of fun. Everybody was chiming in about stuff, and we're going to use the kickstand to our advantage, and we're going to pretend to tighten this. There we go. See how we use that kickstand to our advantage? Always use the kickstand when you can. That's why it's there. That's why Schwinn put it there. Alright, so let's take a look at this bolt. This bolt looks fine. This washer with the notch looks, oh, pristine. That's really in good shape with the notch. You just don't see them that good. So that tells me that no one's ever been inside this. Let's put these over here. Yeah, no one's ever been inside this. I could guarantee you that nobody has been inside this. So now we don't need the kickstand. Alright, so we'll pretend to tighten this, and it's not frozen, which is good. Yeah, I think this bike was stored inside, I'm pretty sure. It was used pretty hard, but it was also stored inside, which is nice. Let's see if we can get this off now. Yeah, this is, I think I'm going to keep this one. Just because it's a little small for me. Dry and shiny. Super dry. Not a good sign. Okay, let's put that over there. Let's get these out. Yeah, I'm so glad we got into this. This is kind of one of those things like you buy a bike and okay, everything's working good, you know. It seems to be working. And then you start to do some basic maintenance. There's no grease left in there. There's just dirt. This is dry. This is super dry. We're lucky if this is going to be okay. We're going to have to clean this and really look at it. It's usually the inner one that's bad anyway. All the force is right here. All the force of you pedaling is right there. This one just kind of keeps things in line, you know. It just keeps its little brother happy, you know. That bearing just keeps its brother happy. This big brother has to do all the work. And when there's problems with the race and the bearings, it's almost always right here, especially on non-Schwinn bikes because they don't really do a good job on that. Okay, so let's take a good look inside. Wow, it is shiny and dry. Dry. Just like the chain, super dry. All right, we're going in. We're going to check it out in here. Yep, and that is shiny and dry. That is super dry. There's not an ounce of grease in there. Nothing. It's all baked out. It's all turned to dirt. We'll get some of it right here. That's just dirt. That's not grease anymore, folks. Sorry, that's not grease. And that probably tells me in here is the same as well. And probably the front wheel. I think I may have been in this back wheel. I can't remember. Yeah, it's the same. In fact, there's sand in there. I can feel it. Let's get the light. Look at those shiny little devils. Shiny and dry. Yeah. There's actual dirt in there. There's sand. I can see the sand in there. All right. We're going to do the right thing. And we're going to knock the races out and soak them. Most people just try to clean them. We're going to knock the races out. And we're going to soak the races. And we're going to soak the bearings. And we're going to take this other race off of the crank. And we're going to soak that too. But let's knock these cones out. Because this is what we do. You know, we follow through, folks. Here at Faulkner Messes Up All. We follow through. We know how to ruin stuff. All right, let's get something going on here. We know how to mess stuff up. Claw hammer, yeah, you know it. FFA, you know it. Gotta make sure you guys can see the destruction. Okay, this will go flying across the shop and make a really nice dinging sound. Well, it landed on the wood. Okay, let's get this other one out. And you don't have to worry about what side these went on. You could if you were completely anal. Did I say that? There's the sound. All right, let's check these out. Well, we know the frame is good because those were pounded in there. And yes, there's blue paint on these. And that tells me that these have never been out. You can see the blue paint on there. Yeah, these have been in there since 1964. That's just the way it is. I think they'll clean up good. We're going to soak them in some really caustic stuff and clean them up. Man, they got ridden with no grease for a long time. You can tell how shiny that is in the wear. That's unfortunate. Anyway, we're going to soak those up really good. Let's go over to this. That's what you find. You know, we're talking a almost 62-year-old bike here. Almost as old as me. It's probably older. And this is what you find. Now, this is the one we got to keep an eye on. This is the Nervar crank. This is the same as Schwinn, but the spacing might be a little bit different because this is Nervar. Let's get some steel wool on that. See what it says. I think it's just Schwinn approved, but it might be France. Oh, Sprint. Sprint made in France. Funny, I've never seen that little notch before, how this chainring pops in. Never seen that before. That is really strange. Must be a 1 year only thing. I'll clean the one up so you can kind of see. You see how that notch is in? Like you'd put it in and snap it? I've never seen that. It is Sprint. It is made in France. I'm pretty sure this is Nervar. Anyway, we got to get this off. Let's take it over to the vise. Take that off so we can soak everything in here with some extreme caustic stuff, probably gasoline, which you're not supposed to use, but I might because I'm kind of trying to get things done and I know that actually works. Okay, let's put this in here And then when we actually do the cleaning, I'll put you on time lapse or something. You know you guys don't want to see me humping and grumping on cleaning stuff. We want funny Faulkner. He's a funny Faulkner. Okay, this isn't really recommended, but in fact, it's not working too well. Let's see. There. Okay. Oh man. Yeah. Let's see. Sometimes this works pretty good, and sometimes it doesn't. Let's see here. Where's the flats at? There's the flats. Okay. Wow. Let's get the bronze hammer. Man, this one is in there. Wow. Wow, that is in there. Dude. Yeah, that was in there. Well, what did I expect from 1964? All right, we got to get the soft jaws. Soft jaws installed. Let's probably use a welding glove, actually. I think we'll be okay. All right, we're gonna get the big guns now, baby. The big guns. We'll see. It'll either rip it out of the vise or it will work. And of course, there's like some bikes in my way. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Man, this is a stubborn one. I don't know, folks. Yeah, it's a stubborn one. Wow. Man. Man, that is no joke. Wow. It's right hand thread, so wow, that is no joke. Cheater bar. We might have to use some heat. Dude. Wow, we might have to put you on time lapse on this one. I can't believe this is this hardcore. Usually they just pop right off. Sometimes they're even loose. I'm looking for a pipe to put on this. Wow. Oh, there we go. We got it. We got it. Oh. Woo. Wow. We used an old piece of a Walker muffler. Wow. That was hardcore, folks. I thought I was just going to pop it off and start cleaning it. You know, there's always those little things. Oh, my buddy Larry had the same problem. In fact, he had to take his to a machine shop. And that baby was on there. It happens. Sometimes they're really tight. Sometimes they just bust off. Like you take it off and you just barely touch it with the crescent wrench and it just pops off. But sometimes they are. I mean, granted, this is a 61.5-year-old bike, folks. And we will check the date code. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to clean up or not. Okay. Let's go back over here and check the date code. Thank you. Thank you, Soft Jaws. Okay. Wow. That was intense. Okay, we got those. We got that. That goes in there. And these are dated. Yes, these are dated 5/64. SA 5/64. These are the correct cranks. They are not bent. The chrome is fair. And they are dated 5/64, which makes sense. Schwinn America 5/64. That makes sense. Why that took so much effort to come off, I don't know. Anyway, these parts can be cleaned. These parts can be soaked. Let's go get the caustic material to do that. It's going to be gnarly, and I'm going to put you on time lapse. So hang in there. We're doing it. We figured it out. We got that thing off there, man. And Larry, I'm telling you, don't feel bad when you had to bring that to a machine shop. Sometimes those just don't want to come off. You saw how much I had to deal with it. I almost broke my vise. It does happen. So sometimes they're really on there. Anyway, I'm going to shut you guys off. I'm going to soak this, and I'll get back to you in a minute. Okay, we got these things cleaned up. This was full of rocks and sand and grit, and it's worn, but it's not unserviceable. That's okay. This one's a little better. Like I said earlier, all the brunts on the Big Brother. All the brunts on Big Brother. These turned out really nice. They're clean. These were exceptional. I mean, there's wear. But this is serviceable. That's why Schwinns are the way they are. They are Schwinns. Okay, so we're going to take this 8mm and we're going to try to loosen these. And I couldn't clean in here very well. I did a little bit. But there's stuff I want to clean, and it's behind there, and I can't get to it. So I think we're going to break this down into the right thing. And we're going to break it down, and we're going to see if we can clean it a little better. Now with this system, you don't have to take them all the way off because they were thinking about you with that little notch. So let's see if they were really thinking about the guy cleaning these parts in the future, or was it just a, I'm going to throw it together at the factory real quick like. Okay, but is this actually going to work? Can you get this off? Yes, look at that. The little notches. So see, I couldn't get anything. I got a little bit, but I couldn't get all that. So we're going to get that. And we're going to get that. I don't think I'm going to take this completely apart. Well, you know, let's do the right thing. Oh, God. I'm like a leprechaun. Let's do the right thing. We'll take it completely apart. Spacers and all. And we will clean everything. See, I'd never be able to. You just can't get rags in there. Look at all that stuff. Ooh, yummy. Yummy. Yeah, we'll clean that up. And we'll put it back together. All right, I think I'll just shut you guys off for a second. Don't worry. I am going to clean it. Okay. With much ado, ready to slide this little. I've never seen this on Nervar or Sprint, but it's kind of cool. I guess they figured somebody could just, slip it on there at the factory. Or 61 and a half years later. Yeah. Yeah, almost 62 years later, somebody had the same idea, just to slip it on there. We cleaned the bejeebies out of this, and it really made a difference. I know you probably are like, why? Well, you're repacking all the bearings, you're taking the cones out of the bike, you're probably going to put a new chain on. Get the grime off of there. This is over 60 years of grime, and we did pretty good. Like, I couldn't get up in there. You can't really get up in there, and it looks terrible. So, it did look terrible. Now it looks great. Okay, star pattern, just like a wheel on a car. Be careful with these. Everything's really sharp. You slip this wrench and your hand goes somewhere. On this stuff, it's all over. Anyway, so that looks pretty good. That's nice. It's, let's just say it's better than it was. All right, so are we going to go back over to the vise and torque the living bejeebies out of this? Man, that thing was on there. Dude, let's just make sure this one especially is tight, because we can't get to that later. In fact, we'll put the Snuggy Wuggy on all these. Gonna make that sound. Okay, so those are pretty much snug. Yeah, do we go and... Actually, we could clean this a little bit. We've got it out now, right? Okay. I think we should go over to the vise and snug the bejeebies out of this. Just because, you know, that's what we do. That's nice and clean now. Everything's clean. We went to town, folks. We went to town. My hands smell like cleaner. And we still haven't put them in the bike yet. Okay, I'm going to shut you guys off for a minute. I'm going to bring these back over to the vise and really put the bejeebies on here. And then I'll bring you back and we'll pound these in the frame. We'll put the grease in and we will finish this job off because that's what we do. Okay, see you in a minute. Okay, everything's cleaned up and we're going to put fresh grease in here. First time for 61.5 years. Yeah, there wasn't a lot of grease in there at all. Now, Schwinn, I think they use white lithium. But, you know, we're just going to put some red stuff in here. You know, that's the way it goes. That's probably way too much. I did clean out inside the frame as well. There was lots of sand and dirt and debris in there. And I did clean that out. We pound the races in that are nice and clean now. This is going to make a world of difference, folks. You know, a little bit of cleaning. Well, that was actually a lot of cleaning because I'm probably going to keep this bike. So, there's a moth in here. That's okay. We like moths. Moths are your friend. All right, so let's pop this on. We did tighten this in the vise like it was earlier, just as tight probably. And put a little grease on that. I have some extra stuff on my hand. Go on there. And in we go. Alright, now you guys can't see for a second, but that's okay. We'll make it right for you in a moment. We're putting the adjuster on right now. We're turning it counterclockwise. We're about to put the camera over so you guys can see as well. In fact, I'll bring you over here right now because I'm a nice guy. I'm New Jersey nice. Yo, bada bing, move your car. New Jersey nice. Yo, I'm working over here. Okay, let's not mess with the people from New Jersey. Okay, so this is counterclockwise. So we're going to pretend to loosen it. This left-hand thread. So we're going to pretend to loosen it. And it'll go in. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm trying to work over here. Yeah, we're actually nice all the time. All right, so if you're wondering when the next live feed is going to be, this is a preparation for a live feed. Because I don't want to do all this hard cleaning and stuff during the live feed. I want to have fun. I just want to change a wheel or a tire or something. You know, I mean, live feeds are great until you have to do some hardcore stuff. And then you got to deal with life, you know, and then you can't talk to people. So, yeah. I'm just trying to prep this for the live feed. All right, so we filed this a little bit. We're going to get a little more action on there. Just because the main part you want to file is around that square. You just want to make sure, you see that nice clean area there. This is a good one, okay? This doesn't really need filing, but I'm just going to make sure that it's nice. New Jersey nice. Yeah, we want that to be nice and flat, and that square part to be nice and flat. All right, let's put this on. Actually, we should probably wipe off the filing grit off of here. All right. All right. Now this probably should have a little grease in it too. And there's probably plenty on those cranks, but we'll just make sure there's some in here. You know, grease is your friend, you know. All right, let's pop this on. Oh man, it's been a long haul of cleaning parts. And I forgot, when it's springtime out here and you have the lights on and you make the mistake of opening the door for a second, like to throw some oily rag out so the shop doesn't burn down. Man, everybody and their grandma with wings comes in here. Moths, mosquitoes. I forgot, in springtime, I haven't been out. I mean, I've been out here in the winter mostly. So in springtime, oh, that's much better already, guys and girls. All right, so now comes the adjustment part. Let's see if I can get you in here better. Yeah, that's better. Look at all that fresh grease on there. Oh, so now we're going to adjust it. And we need a little screwdriver. And it feels pretty good now, but I know when I tighten this up, it's going to be too tight. Yeah, that's too tight. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to back it off, and I'm going to back the adjuster off using the screwdriver, and then I'm going to tighten it up. And it's left-hand thread, obviously. So we can use the kickstand again if we want to, and tighten the bejeebies out of it, like that. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. It could be a little looser. Yeah. I think we could loosen it up a little bit. All right, so let's use the kickstand again. Okay. And we'll tighten, we'll loosen this adjuster a little bit. Just a little bit. There. Okay, now we're gonna put it on the back side of the kickstand because we're going the other way. Don't use the crescent wrench the wrong way. You'll break it. Yeah, right. On this bolt. Yeah, sure. Okay. Alright, good. That's better. It's much better. Now, how's the back-to-back play? The play is almost non-existent. I'm forcing this back and back like that. I'm kind of torquing the bearing this way and that way. Yeah, I don't see a problem with that at all. Okay, so we went from dry and squeaky to nice and smooth. Yeah. That's not bad. A little noisy, not too bad. Yeah, we did well, folks. We did very well. From dry and squeaky to nice and smooth. Yep, there's a little ding in this. Yeah, there's a little ding here. Not in the gears themselves. I'm sighting down the gears and they look really good. There's nothing wrong with those. But the chain protector itself has a little... it's hard to spot. And good luck finding another one. I'm just going to leave it alone. Good luck finding a Sprint chain guard, chain wheel guard for 64. Yeah, good luck on that. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that alone. The gears are fine. I can see the gears are not wobbling like that outer ring is. Okay, I think that just about sums it up for tonight. This was kind of a... What we were trying to accomplish is me not doing so much work. Grubby, grimy grunt work. Like, you know, stuff like this during the live feed. We wanted just to make it a little more like I knew what I was doing. Okay, well, the live feed is on the 11th. I may or may not pack this back wheel. Actually, I'm not going to pack this back wheel. I'm going to pack the front wheel. And I may or may not do that on the live feed, but I definitely have to figure out this back wheel. Where is it? Where's the back wheel? Oh, here it is. Yeah, I definitely have to figure out this back wheel. And this will definitely not be on the live feed. I will do this on another video. Or maybe not even show you guys. I'm not sure. Depends on what you guys want to do. What you guys feel. Anyway, I have to take this free wheel off. Take this chain wheel, spoke protector off. And clean the bejeebies out of this back wheel like there's no tomorrow. And repack it. And then put that free wheel and that 10-speed protector on there. The spoke protector. Spoke protector. Not a 10-speed protector. That's a different realm. Okay, so that's good. We have done well, folks. Let's see, what else can I really can't say anything else or do anything else. I have to go and clean my hands from cleaner. But we did well, and this is much better. Yeah, I'd go for that any day of the week. And you saw how much wear there was on there. It wasn't too bad. I think that Schwinn really knew what they were doing back in the day about hardening races. Anyway, yeah, I got to clean up this mess. And the live feed is on the 11th. This was just kind of a... Don't want to get too grubby and too far into it on the live feed. We just want to do fun stuff and bolt wheels on and, you know, say how great we are. Okay, peace out, guys and girls. See you later.